Hi guys, it's Lee here. Look who I found. You probably don't recognize him because last time he was on a video with us, he had like beautiful flowing curly locks of hair and he shaved it all off, or most of it anyway.
It was the best way I could think of to really lose weight because everything else I try doesn't work. That's a guaranteed at least like 2-3 pounds.
Right, I don't know where I could go with that then. I suppose I could go completely bald maybe. And anyway, look, we're on the Charvel stand at the Namm Show 2014. This is probably one of the guitars, or one of the stands I've been most excited to come and see because, as you guys probably know, our most famous...
Because we have posters on the walls.
Well, he's the dude, isn't he? Guthrie,
yeah.
He's probably not only the best guitarist that the UK has produced in recent years, but arguably the world has produced. And in a very high-profile move from the brand he used to be with, he's now, of course, come to Charvel. So let's start here, if we may. Tell us.
Yeah, how about I tell you a quick story? I mean, we've been working with Guthrie for a couple of years now, trying to get the right recipe and the right thing. And we've refined it to this particular selection. What we have is basically the same guitar. You have two guitars. They're basically the same guitar, except for the top of each one of them is a different type of maple. So we have a bird's eye maple, and then we have a flame maple guitar. So the real crux of this is what's underneath the hood, right? So I'll just pull one off here and start with the back, because when you're playing a guitar that's comfort, and you can't feel this neck on a camera, but what do you think?
Well, only that I know Guthrie fairly well, and I know what an absolute nightmare he is to tie down to a product endorsement, because he's just so insanely exacting about what everything has to be. So I can't imagine what the designers at Charvel kind of had to go through to get a product where he went, yeah, that's good enough. But I think
you're correct. I mean, that is
he just
kind
knows
of it,
every
but
every
he can
tiny
communicate
thing.
it really well.
But I mean, but just he's got like in his mind like a performance and a reliability and a tonal requirement from every last, even down to like screws used, and it's just
every decision made on this guitar, on the build and on the processing of this guitar, was made for either tonal reasons or performance reasons. Truly. I mean, this guitar is every trick that you can do to an instrument we've done to this particular guitar.
And then he tours it like crazy before he kind of goes, that's the one.
And that was the thing that I think really was appealing to Guthrie, is that we're willing to wait, put it out, and make sure that he got what he wanted. And we wanted to see some mileage on him,
I love it. So I think you guys have probably seen a little bit of footage with Guthrie on these, but we've got the original Floyd Rose trem here, so no micro tuning.
Right, there isn't the micro tuners on it. The bridge is still one thing that's kind of unanswered. We're going to make one small change to the bridge, but it's not going to function any different, and it's going to look pretty much exactly like this.
And what are the pickups? These are ones he's had specially custom
Charvel custom shop pickups made by Michael Frank Braun, are, as Guthrie's called him, the mad scientist, and he's embracing that. And he really is kind of he's a savant, and these pickups are, I like how he describes them as natural and transparent, because they really are. Because we put these same pickups on the Joe Duplantier model, and he's a metal dude, and it sounds completely different with him playing them.
I can't tell you how smooth this neck and fretboard feels. That's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, it's just, it plays like a guitar you've owned for 20 years, doesn't it?
That's the crux of the design behind the Charvel neck in general, especially the USA-made custom shop guitars. We designed those necks to feel like they've been played for 30 years, 20 years. It is a normal Charvel neck shape that's on this guitar. That's something that's important, because what initially was appealing was when he we took him on a tour, picks up the guitar and started playing it. 45 minutes later, he's still playing the guitar and just lost in it.
Well, let's have a look at some of the other stuff. We've ordered these, so these are going to start arriving around about the summertime, I think. And guess what, jealous people? I'm going to see Guthrie tomorrow night at a little Fender party where some other band you've probably never heard of called Periphery are playing. So, right, what else we got here?
Okay, so we have the Jakey Lee model over here.
Ah, yes.
Jake, you'll remember, was the guitarist that wrote Bark at the Moon and Ultimate Sin Records. He was in a band called Badlands. very influential guitarist from the 80s. Actually, one of the guys that caused me to pick up the instrument, along with Warren DeMartini and Eddie Van Halen. It's absolutely amazing that we have Jake back with Charvel, because he's playing music again.
Just break everything.
The real neat thing about this is kind of the roots of Charvel started on a guitar like this, because his original was a Fender first, and then we modified it, made it into a guitar that would play and act and sound like the guitars of that era, the late 70s, early 80s. There's a different dude that.
Well, that's what I think of Charvel.
Yes.
I think of it's a Fender Strat that some guy took to, a mod shop and said, bigger frets, different pickups, changed the
No
trim.
better example.
Yeah, this is exactly what that is, isn't it?
And this is the representation of a certain period of when that guitar was evolving.
Is this only going to be a US custom model, or is there likely to be, lower priced versions of this?
There are plans deep into the year that might do something there. But these are US, just like the Guthrie and the Warren DeMartinis.
Now, Desolation, because that was the last thing that you came to the Andertons to tell us about. But it's all new, isn't it, for 2014?
New colors and new binding options, new hardware on some of the models. So, for instance, you're picking up a model. What you'll notice difference here is we used to have the black chrome. We've gone to satin chrome hardware to give it kind of just a different, more precision look. Also, one of the things we did was we came out with a purple burst. We didn't do that before. And the inlays are now no longer abalone.
Oh, yeah, what?
So you notice that?
They're kind of like a sort of a steel look.
Okay, here we go. We call it abaloid.
Abaloid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alumaloid, I'm sorry.
Alumaloid.
Yes.
How do you...
Alumaloid.
So if you were in England, we couldn't pronounce it like that, could we? We'd have to say something like...
Well, it's an English word.
Aluminoid. Aluminoid.
Yeah, aluminoid, yes.
Catchy.
And we also added the orange. We call it Transmarigold.
Transmarigold.
Because we have to have cool names for some of the colors.
Do you know what marigolds are in UK? They're washing up gloves that you wear.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's exactly what these are named
That's what they're made of.
Gloves.
What else have we got? Let's wind up now. So we've got nothing new on San Dimas and ProMod?
Yes.
There is new.
Yeah, these are the ones we launched last year.
Yeah.
And the good news is they're shipping. Yes. Yes.
Don't look there. It's rude.
It's a picture outside my hotel room door, and pay no attention to the distraction on the wall. The it's ProMods. We launched. They're very successful, and they continue to be.
Who was the other? You said there's a Warren DeMartini.
Warren DeMartini up on the other wall there, across. Right here. The classic original Charvels as well. I mean, these are the story of Charvel.
Really sort of like him and George Lynch sort of territory, isn't it? With the sort of
this is the if you remember Wanted Man, the video Wanted Man from the the 80s. That's the guitar. Well, look it up.
Is it a good?
Ask Chappers.
I will. He'll know, won't he? He'll know.
Yeah. And then this is a snake. This is a take on his snake skin. Of course, he doesn't want to kill snakes anymore. Neither do we. And I'm afraid to death of snakes.
So the original one was proper snake skin, was it?
Yes. Yeah.
That wouldn't go down well today, would it?
I don't know. I don't want to be anywhere near it. I'll tell you that much. Just some custom shop guitars we have on the wall. That happens to be a really cool tortured custom shop.
I love it. I love it. I love selling guitars. It's like the best job in the world,
right?
isn't it?
We could all be sitting around complaining about the ditch we just dug, or we could play guitars.
Anyway, is that it?
That's it, Cap.
That's it. You're a legend.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, man. You take it. You coming to the UK soon?
Very soon.
Okay, come see us.
All right, I will.
See you later.
Man.
Bye.